Guys, who do you think is the face of boxing right now? Because I'm this is something that I always think about. It's something that you guys always, talk about in the comments. Who's the face of boxing? A lot of you guys say Canelo, a lot of you guys say Tank. I think that Terrence Crawford deserves to be in the conversation after that win against Earl Spence Jr. The way he was able to dominate that fight, you have to give credit to that. And I just think personally, this is just me personally, I think Tank is the face of boxing. I've been saying that for a while now because just for me personally, I don't get excited to watch anyone else the same way I get excited to watch Gervonta Davis fight. I just like the way he fights. I like the way he sets traps. I like how good his footwork is. And just in combination with that, he has the power to go along with it and end the fight at any moment. Like, he's just such a good counterpuncher as well. It's too scary to think about his opponents going against him because they could be perfect for 8-9 rounds, but if you take your eye off the ball for 1 second, Tank is going to capitalize on that, and that's the reason why I think that Tank's the face of boxing. Let alone doing 1.2 million, 1.2 million pay-per-view buys alongside Ryan Garcia. Don't get me wrong, Ryan also brought that crowd. Tank doesn't do 1.2 without Ryan, but Tank also brings his own audience, and a lot of people understand that. A lot of people know that. Tank is so exciting to watch. He's probably the most exciting fighter in the sport of boxing. He has the personality and he has the skills and power to go along with it to back it up. So there's really nobody like that who is as marketable as Tank and also has that level of talent. At least right now, I think Tank's that guy. Terrence Crawford is definitely pound for pound. He's number one. There's no doubt about that. But in terms of the personality, people come to watch him because of who he is as a person, not only because of his talents as a fighter. Tank sells. Tank sells so much, and I think that's why he's the face of boxing right now. Don't get me wrong, Canelo is also one of my favorite fighters to watch, but at the same time, I get more excited for Tank over Canelo, and that might be a big statement, but Canelo, I typically know what to expect from Canelo. Typically a slow starter, doesn't throw a lot of punches in the first early rounds, looks to wear guys out and put a pace on them, walk them down, and land shots, combinations, big overhand shots that are set up well, but you kind of know when they're coming. He's not the lightest on his feet. He's not as fast as he once was. So I think that plays into why nowadays I would like to lean more towards Terrence Crawford and Gervonta Davis when I watch those guys fight, because I like the pace that they put on. You could even throw Earl Spence Jr. in there, even though the fight against Terrence Crawford didn't go the way he wanted. Those kind of styles appeal to me a little bit more. Like Canelo against Caleb Plant was probably the best fight that I've seen of his in a while, and Caleb Plant is a great fighter. I just think that, Canelo, we all expected that to happen, didn't we? I don't think there was anything shocking. But I think if Canelo goes to fight David, that's a different story. If he's able to pull that one off, and I think he can. I think he's probably the only one that can really do it size-wise. Terrence Crawford's talented, but David Benavidez he's huge. And just physique-wise, Canelo's a little bit bigger. So that's a more feasible and reasonable fight, in my opinion. But I think that Terrence Crawford would beat Canelo if they were to fight. So that's the thing. That's the complicated aspect of who I think is, pound for pound number one. I don't really care about pound for pound rankings, even though Terrence Crawford should undoubtedly be number one pound for pound. But in terms of just selling pay-per-view buys, who's the face of boxing? When you think about boxing and, even casual fans, who are they thinking about? Who do they know? They know Gervonta Davis. They know Ryan Garcia, but Gervonta also has the skill to back up his performances. And, we're still waiting to see him really get tested by somebody who has the same skill set as him, which is hard to find. You could only look to guys like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Vasily Lomachenko. Those are the guys that can really test Gervonta Davis, in my opinion. I don't think, despite the rematch, the rumors of the rematch between Isaac Cruz and Tank, I don't think it's something that we care to see, but it sounds like, according to Tank's team, it's important that they put on a more, devastating and convincing performance against Isaac Cruz and get that win in, obvious fashion, not a decision. It sounds like they want to stop him. So I understand that, go get what's yours, prove it to the people that you could stop a guy like Isaac Cruz. But for me, I would expect that. Like, I personally wouldn't need to see it. I'd rather see him jump in with, bigger fighters. I'd like to see him fight Loma. I'd like to see him fight Devin. But, you know, even Shakur, I think they're taking the slow path with Shakur in terms of making the big fights happen, because I feel like Top Rank, Bob Arum, those guys, they're advising him to kind of calm down a little bit because he has a lot of time. You know, Shakur he's a camera cutout, but back to it. Shakur, it seems like they're taking their time with building him up, and I understand that completely. I just think, you know, me personally, I get greedy and I say I want to see Shakur in a big fight, but at the same time I understand that from a business and marketing perspective, you have to build him up so those fights can gross even more money and these fighters can get paid at their maximum potential. And I get that, but you can't help but see Shakur Stevenson pick apart all of these C, B level fighters. You want to see him in there against the best, but let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys next time. Peace.
That's going to do it for another Nads Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.